I don't know how you were doing that with one hand. Well, that's what she said.
That's what represent. Yo.
I was gonna write you an email, but I'm a little drunk, and spelling is a sober person's game. So I feel I owe you a explanation. I'm sorry. Explanation.
Well, no, I saw the whole scene where Mankind was thrown off of the cage.
Tooth coming out his nose. That was not a work.
Yeah. And I mean, I didn't like really get into it, but I liked The Undertaker, like when he looked like The Undertaker back in the day.
Oh, you can't see my eyeballs going up in my head. I saw him before he was all kinds of things before he was The Undertaker.
I believe it.
He was Red Jack in the dying days of the Texas Territory World Class Championship Wrestling. He was he the Master of Pain? No, that was Kane. Kane was also the Christmas creature, but he was also Mean Mark Callis, which is close to his real name, in WCW, was the new Skyscraper when Sid Vicious had his lung punctured.
Oh. And I
met Sid Vicious at Comic-Con.
Oh, nice.
He was
that fun?
I met the Ultimate Warrior. Well, he was nicer in the Ultimate Warrior and not as crazy, but Sid he liked to indulge in the ganja. So and he probably, that's what got him in trouble with every place he went. He wanted to play softball, and he wanted to smoke. That was more important to him than being a wrestler.
Speaking of the ganja and Pete
and Flower.
Oh poor God. Flower didn't affect her.
You guys are lightweights.
But that's her ghost power, which we'll get into in a later episode. But that's her ghost power as you walk through her and you're high for a little while.
Yeah, because of everything she ingested, probably died within her system.
Yeah.
I did not know that about Flower. I just thought the whole you all are lightweights.
Did you not see her backstory episode?
Was it first season?
Probably, because I think all of their backstories was first season.
Yeah, your humble agent did not watch all of the. We're in season 3. I started like toward the end.
Okay.
Because of Nigel and Higgintooth, of course. They said funny things about the Revolutionary War, and I thought that was hilarious. And
yes. Anyway, we'll get more into that in a further future episode.
Yes.
Let's not say it all here. Before we get going, this afternoon, I went to a lunch get together at my sister's house.
Oh, the princess.
Her oldest. So this sister is the one sibling who is still devout Mormon, and her oldest this last week came home from his 2-year mission for the Mormon Church.
Oh, right.
And so he spoke in church today, which I didn't watch or I didn't attend, even though my parents really tried to get me to go.
I will attend for $20,000.
And just so the people know, the pastor of the Mormon Church, they're called bishops. They conduct the meeting, and every now and then they'll give a sermon, but usually it's the congregation members that they pick and choose to do a sermon or a talk, a speech. And usually there's 2 or 3 people each Sunday, except for their open mic Sunday, which is the first Sunday of the month.
And then you get to play Spider-Man. And
so this was his first Sunday home, so he stood up and spoke. I didn't see it, but then they had a big, huge get together afterwards with all of their church members and family. And so I ended up going. You know, these kids go on these missions and the parents have to pay for it. The church does not, because they have to use their money for these grand temples and a giant mall in Salt Lake City.
Who would, if you say we knew, say I knew in the past someone who was converted and has the fire of the zealot, the newly converted, the zealotry. Yes. She really wanted to go on a mission and was planning on it. Was she going to have to pay for her own freaking mission?
Absolutely.
See, she never bothered to tell me that. I just figured the church sponsored you.
Nope. The church will help you. Well, they'll help you with like paperwork of the different places to go that you're going to go. You get assigned to. But no, the parents have to pay a monthly fee.
Because, well, she ended up not being able to go because she then met this guy who was not a Mormon. And somehow one thing led to another, and they did a little fornication.
Yep. Yep.
Like, well, I can't go on a mission now. It's like, well, wait. I knew her previous, and she did a lot of that. But so you do know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes. Yes.
There's nothing that well, I don't know. She kind of, I don't know who told me. No, she didn't tell me. I'm not breaking any. I didn't name any names.
No, you didn't.
It was the woman the redhead I was fornicating with at the time, who also was supposed to be a Mormon, but
right, yeah.
But she did not have the zealotry. She also claimed to be a psychic. So
right. So back to the mall that I mentioned up in Salt Lake.
The Mall of the Mormons.
Funny story. Like, it's a nice looking mall, but because they put in a lot of money. I haven't been there in a while, but the last time I was there, I actually got lost. So the mall's like 3 levels and, parking structure. And I got lost going between the mall and into the parking structure. Could not find my car for the life of me. I was going in and out of elevators, trying this floor, that floor. I know at some point I got out on the correct floor, but then couldn't find my car. So I went back and tried. It was a whole mess. It's one of my embarrassing moments in my life.
Oh, I wish I'd have been there.
I mean, there was one time Agent Schron and I went to the Del Mar Fair, and neither of us remembered where she parked that day. And we looked for a good 45 minutes until we found her truck.
When did you go without me? Was this after I left? This must have been after I left.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was after you left. Her and I went.
A couple of years I was not proper. I was out on assignment. But.
So please, viewers, let us know if you've ever lost your car or got lost in a parking structure.
We didn't do an intro.
Oh, well, we can do an intro now.
Clack.
Bummed that the sound doesn't pick up.
Well, you could just edit the intro in first. So, welcome back, my fellow agents. Well, it's lovely hellions. It is I, X7, your agent of awesome. With me, as always, is the interesting to my awesome, the fiery to my dirty earth person. I had some more, and now we've talked so much I've forgotten them.
You should write them down.
I really should, but these contacts are about toast, so I can't see it anyway. Try to memorize these things. She is the Bert to my Ernie, Lilith Draco.
Hi, welcome back.
Well,
what are you drinking tonight?
Okay, that's where I was headed. I have got a sad pander.
Nice.
From, see, I can't even see, it's too dark. Oh, now I'm blinded. Anyway, it's a sad panda coffee stout. 6.8, so close to 7. Not that there's anything ever close to 7, but
Nope, nothing is.
not even the Matterhorn.
Is it one you've had before?
Yeah, I've had this.
Okay.
And the other one is a repeat as well. But what are you drinking there, Lil?
Water out of my lovely Owala mug. One of the best mugs, actually.
What else are you drinking there, Lil?
I am drinking a Elevation IPA.
Okay.
From Rooster's Brewing Company. Not sure where they're located.
Rooster? Like
Rooster.
Okay.
It's a 6.5.
Also.
And it's actually pretty good. What was that?
Also close to 7.
Yes. It's actually pretty bitter. I was surprised. I'm not sure I've had it before. You think I'd remember a Elevation?
One would think, gee, many Chris.
But it's good. I would get it again.
Nice. It's always nice to find something that you can. The Sad Panda was just something I got because I needed a lower grade other than 9s, 10s, and 12s, and that damn.
No, you don't.
That damn 18% those are going to be special ass episode beers. Tonight,
Oh yes.
Very special episode of GD Splanations.
Very special episode.
Because holy akakia, that'll. Or because my mom's family is going to be here and I need to drink a lot. So,
yes.
My sister just left.
You made it through.
No, it's not too much of a problem. Aside from wanting to.
Yeah, I understand that feeling.
I never got that way with you.
No.
You were ready to go.
I was.
Leading right into this.
So let's go into it. So tonight. All right. So tonight we are going to discuss one of the holidays that is celebrated in the GD Splanations universe.
Splanation verse.
Yes. So in Splanation, huh?
We're going to trademark that.
Yep.
Splanation verse.
So in the Splanation verse, we do celebrate the traditional U.S. holidays. We also celebrate the pagan holidays. And then we have come up with our own holidays based on, I know what you're thinking, Zoltan Day.
Oh, we can't ruin that. Because that's a whole topic. That's the best story ever.
We'll get there when it's Zoltan Day.
It's also pretty much the best win ever. Despite Catwoman.
True. It is. That is true. And I'm bummed that it's your win.
I'm not.
So one of the holidays is coming up on May 1st, and it is our Interesting Day. What is Interesting Day, X7?
Well, a long time ago, when the Earth was young, dinosaurs roamed the world and were not on. I had no tattoos. Well, I had 1 or 2. Lilith, in her previous occupation, was given an ultimatum by her previous partner. And if I remember correctly, and it's been 10 years, it's been 12 years and 1,000 beers. So I'm not 100%. I get this text saying, I want to think of Johnny Ringo just told me that if things don't change by May 1st, it will be very interesting. And my first thought was, yeah, it's going to be interesting, but what are you going to do, bucko? Now, I only met the Johnny Ringo, I don't know, once or twice. It was right after he got the Captain America shield. It's just a shield.
Yes.
On his elbow or something, wasn't it?
I think it was on his inner elbow crease.
Oh, gee, well, he's got the balls to do that.
It's not a fun spot.
No.
I tell you.
I got a bunch of texts from you about that too.
Yes.
I don't know how you were doing that with one hand. Well, that's what she said. So, I don't even remember what I said back, because those texts, of all the things that I wish we could see again were.
I know.
1,000.
Some of our texts.
Yes. But I just remember thinking there's no way to try to fix a relationship and I know he was, neither of you were, I would say, you were what my mother and my sister called Jack Mormons, who were kind of, you're familiar with the term?
I am. And at that point, I had already left, and he also left, but one of the things was he blamed me for him leaving.
You enticed him.
Whatever you need to tell yourself to feel better about it. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter, because it's not like we went our separate ways and he went right back. Like, he's exactly in the, non-believing as I am.
Your fault. Jeez. Now, Lilith does have very enticing ways, and her feminine wiles are amazing.
True.
I've got proof. Girl was that way, X7. That's exactly what she sounded like too.
I remember, and you finally did, and you're welcome.
So that's just
So what we can really take from this, and what we can discuss here, is the reason we have this as a holiday is because it was a funny, in the moment event, something funny to look back on. But using Athena a couple episodes ago, or maybe last week, we can use some wisdom. And if you're ever in a relationship or situation where one person has to give an ultimatum, that ultimatum never works. If you get to that point, that situation is most likely over at that point.
I would think that the ultimatum is to stay together. If you give the ultimatum, one of you said, you got to get out, you've got to leave, I got to leave, or I am leaving. If this doesn't change, well, anyway, if the ultimatum, like I am leaving, that's different. Or you're kicking your ass to the curb, or,
yes,
find yourself a place before you're homeless, or before I put a pillow over your head. That sort of ultimatum is not, I wouldn't call it an ultimatum, but it's just like, I can't but it's the same thing. The relationship is over. I guess it's a different way of saying it. Never mind. Just proved your point.
My older
went away.
My older brother
was a Splanation.
In his second marriage, she gave him an ultimatum, and he shut down. He's like, you know what? You're gonna make me do stuff I don't want to do. I'm not doing it. It may work now and then, who knows? But in my experience, what I've witnessed, it never works.
You have to want to change.
True. But if you want to change, then you're going to make those changes in those discussions leading up to the ultimatum. The ultimatum doesn't just come out of nowhere.
Right. And communication it's hard, because it's just hard. I mean, if you don't know how, you come at it the wrong way. In my day assignment, we took it. Actually, they gave us a course called Crucial Conversations, where you think about how you want to. If you come at someone with high energy or aggressive energy, they're going to shut down. They're going to rebel. But if you come at them like saying, the way you say things is so important, and it's not easy, because you can say things that are misunderstood, and you can fly off the handle. But the important thing is, if you're in a relationship, you have to communicate and tell them what's going on. I mean, if it's important, you need to say, this is how it is. And, I'm not happy. I did not do that with the Escondido chick. She did not help matters, but.
Well, no.
Neither did Lucy.
But it's scary even, but even though you know, it's terrifying to have to tell this person these feelings that you're having and you don't know how they're going to react. And you're going to try and do it in, you know, a calm, rational, understandable way. It's still going to be scary.
And you don't know how they'll react. And so a lot of people will think that their reactions are on you, but you are,
yes.
Something I've learned in being in therapy is that you are not responsible for the way other people take things. And if it's important to them, they will ask you to elaborate and say, this is what I heard. Is this what you said and meant?
Yes.
I have to do that with H&M a lot.
I believe you.
And that's
I believe you.
difficult too.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Mothers, you can't live with them, can't leave them tied up on the side of the road.
I think if you did that to your mother,
Oh, geez.
so many people would come for you.
Sharon would come for me, and she's never met my mother.
Yeah, you would be hunted like the monster you would be in that situation.
Well, yes, I'm not going to tie it. The pillow thing might happen, but
with lamps and pitchforks.
It would be, yes. Torches. And I probably deserve it. So.
Have you ever been given an ultimatum?
I've been in my younger days, and I missed it because I was under the influence that love would triumph over all, and I was somewhat naive. But I was, instead of an outright ultimatum, it was, what do you think about the future and how you're working? And I didn't get it. And I mean, even Lucille said that. And instead of saying, you know,
right,
you need to be able to support yourself. You need to be able to support, well, with the first one, you need to be able to support, you know, in case something happens to me, I have a daughter. So,
yeah.
And when you're a bachelor and you're used to living a rather bohemian lifestyle on the, you know, just getting by sometimes, and there are, you know, I would make a lot of different decisions.
Of course.
But that's where I mean, that's where I am today. You don't have, hindsight, of course, is 2020.
It is.
And you don't always have the advantage. You don't have the advantage of going back in time, because my future self has not gone back to stop me, which wouldn't work anyway. And then the TVA would go after me, and all sorts of things.
A big mess.
Yeah, a Time Lord would follow me, and who knows what else would happen.
And it's not like you could fight off the TVA like Deadpool does. In Deadpool 3.
I do need to see that, and
yeah,
not a big Deadpool fan. Although you'll see what I'm wearing here. Much bigger Green Lantern fan.
So what we can learn then is to make better choices in the future. So we can't go back and make different choices. We can just learn from those choices and do better next time.
That's all you can do, is hope to learn, hope to improve. And, you know, say you're sorry. And even that, you're not, I've learned that saying you're sorry, saying you regret the decision you made is a far more powerful thing, because a lot of people say, well, I'm sorry if I caused any offense, which is such a non-apology apology, but.
Right, it's putting it on them.
I am sorry that my decision caused, you know, say you did, you know what I've done, dumb. You've seen it. You've been part of it. And yet we persevered and figured it out and went forward. Yes. And I think most of my friends, all of us, have done something or another we've regretted. And when you can admit to that, you own it.
Yes. And, don't put it on the other person in any way. Just you own the apology and accept it. And it will be more meaningful than a non-apology apology will ever be.
Right. So, yeah. So just, you know, yeah, you have to own what you do. You can't just try to put it on someone else, because that's just, it's just That's just bad, good. Don't be bad. Just saying good.
So what do we do to celebrate Interesting Day?
Well, I think we drink.
We do.
But that's
Always.
kind of an everyday holiday.
I think we go back and revisit, talk
Well,
about
yeah, we do.
why we have Interesting Day and
It's-
laugh at the stories.
Especially the ones you've told me since about Johnny Ringo.
Well, and then that day, Johnny Ringo and I were having a conversation in the park.
An important conversation.
An important conversation in the park right across the street from the place you were living at the time.
After
and
work.
You just happened to walk out of your place at the exact moment that we were walking down the sidewalk.
Oh my gosh. I was going to the food store to get a certain, no, we hadn't had those yet. We had not discovered the cinnamon rolls of amazingness.
Oh no. What, were you getting mail?
No, because the mail would have been in there. It was around the corner where I was going to the store.
Was it for cat food?
Possibly. But generally, cat food to buy, I had to get heavier bags, and it was a fair walk over there. I probably wanted a pizza. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I was doing anymore.
Who knows? That's not the important part.
I forgot immediately what was going to happen, but I turned around because we locked eyes, and I'm like, you're fortunate. I'm a kind and generous and benevolent soul.
Only in this one moment.
Oh, and did not make a face at you because.
Oh, it would have been bad.
It would have been puppy poo bad.
Yes. Were you banned yet?
I'm pretty sure because I lost a bet, and I am using those right, and had to take you to that pizza joint is now closed. It was told a couple years ago it closed. I don't remember what the name of it was, but super good pizza. And then we went and watched Wayne's World and something else. Did we watch The Three Amigos? I know we watched Wayne's World. But we hadn't watched Spaceballs yet because if I'd have known how much fun it was to watch Spaceballs with you, we'd have watched that about 4 times.
Yeah. It probably was Three Amigos.
It seems like it. And you cracked up about when the thing you laughed the hardest at was when she asked Consuela, "Do you know what foreplay is?" No. Well, neither does El Guapo. So it's on the floor. Which I felt a little bad for you about that.
Yes.
But Wayne's World
was relevant in the moment.
So yeah, that was the night he'd like run all over town trying to find you, and went over to your roommate's place like 4 times or something, and thought I'd killed you. Or are you a sex criminal?
Nobody wants to do that to you, Ma.
So yeah, I think that was probably the night I got banned.
Probably.
Which that obviously that ultimatum didn't take either.
No. See, once again.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know that Interesting Day is one of our major holidays. Unlike the. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell this story.
I know it.
But you have to wait.
But it is one of our holidays, and it was one of our first ones.
It was probably our first one.
Yeah.
I don't think we designated it yet. We'd only known each other not as long as we have now, and you hadn't realized that we've been around a time or two before.
Yeah.
Joey, who's brand new.
But yeah, I think we came up with it a little bit later, maybe like a year or 2 later. Oh, this is going to be Interesting Day.
I think we should also induct I See You Day.
Do you remember what day that was?
Well, it's in July. Oh, July 2nd,
Okay.
I think.
Well, it is now.
I have journals and records. I could look it up.
Go look it up, and we will introduce a new holiday in the
I see you.
explanation verse.
But I think our next major holiday that's coming up on May 4th.
Hacky Day. Also Star Wars Day, but Hacky Day.
Star Wars Day is really May 26th when it was released.
But that's not fun.
Yeah, well, you know me. I'm a gloomy Gus, or what's the guy that brings everybody down? Debbie Downer? No.
Yes.
I'm stick in the mud. I'm all those things.
All those things. Yes, you are.
When I was a kid, we didn't have kids. I'm a grumpy old man.
All right. Anything else about Interesting Day?
I'm glad we have it.
Yeah, me too.
And I think we do need to assign, some festivities for it.
We should. We'll get there.
Eventually, dear viewers, we will have a calendar. That is a plan of mine. I had the wherewithal to graphically design it, but I think that would be lots of fun.
I think it would be fun.
So
it's your next assignment.
I'm still working on that cookbook. That's the thing I need to finish this year. That's on the table.
Good. That'll be good.
So I think we can wrap it up.
Yes.
Just like a burrito from Old Town Cafe, Cantina and Cafe.
Yes. Old Town Cafe. Oh.
Old Town Mex. There we go.
There it is.
With their crappy beer selection.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm very spoiled.
And we had to take our own Tapatio.
But we did see the Big Bang Theory guys there.
We did.
Not the real guys, just their doppelgangers.
Yep. Right after Comic-Con.
I think, yeah. Well, right around that time. Might have been when I got Gorosaurus.
Probably, because you skipped
apparently
Comic-Con to get that dinosaur tattoo.
Exactly, and Sharon thought that was very funny. I'd much rather spend anyway, I love my tattoo. So
I know you did. That's good.
We'll wrap it up. We'll take it. And any final words, Lilith?
No, I'm good.
Just leave me hanging right there. Here comes the bus. So, my fellow agents, or our fellow Hellions, this has been X7 and
Lilith Draco.
And we will be signing off until our next adventure. Be seeing you.
Bye, live long and prosper.
I got beer.
I got bottled breast milk.
Why don't we start with the beer?
Okay.
So you like the beer?
I do. Although it's actually a lager.
Huh. What's the difference between beer and lager?
I don't know. We could look it up.